dude. Can't ever be too careful these days. Yeah, I think he did meet her in person, for what it's worth. But, yes. I did not watch the F1 race. I was on a plane. I saw the highlights. Not good for the homies. Anyone get two wasted in Vegas? Yeah. No one went to jail that I'm aware of, so that's a win. We take those. Take those dubs. Me and Julia, I saw my first Vegas show ever. Also, I went to Absinthe. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of that or seen it. Wild time. Wild time. It was like an incredible circus show with like unbelievably raunchy stand-up comedy in between the different circus sets. Like improv comedy, basically. It was hilarious. Don't sit in the front. Yeah, we were in the second row, and yeah, the guy next to me got chosen to do something on stage, literally next to me, and I was freaking out because I realized like 10 minutes into the show that he was doing like he was calling people out and making fun of them, obviously, and I still had my name tag on from the meetup and my badge, and so I didn't want to like rip it off and like draw attention to myself. But I was also like, I am a massive target right now because I literally look like a nerd with my name tag on. He didn't pick me. He picked the guy right next to me. Cole, I'm on my personal account. I didn't know it was a comedy show. I thought it was a circus act. Which it was. And a very spectacular one at that. But I did not know it was a stand-up comedy show. Yeah, people are saying trade debate's going haywire right now. Be careful. Yeah, I'm trading my personal. I'm not using Rhythmic or anything like that right now. All right. We just haven't done anything yet. We're in a 30-point range, top to bottom, which is not a lot of movement. I mean, we are in the summer sessions right now, so it's possible that, you know, this is kind of the new norm. Samigo's trade debate was due for a turn. Yeah. You have a mentorship? No. Just a stream. You having Apex payout problems? No. You can watch all my videos. They're on the main channel. All right, guys. I'm going to say it once, and I'm going to say it right now. Stop forcing stuff in a 30-point range. You're freaking out. You're stressed out of your mind. You're sizing up too big. Stop doing that. Take a little chill pill. If you're trading prop accounts and trade event's broken or rhythmic's broken, take a big breath. If you're trading your personal account, take a big breath. We're in a 25-point range. We're in the summer. Right? It's all good. Whenever things start breaking sometimes, or the ranges are not very tight, everybody starts freaking out, and it creates like this weird like tornado of everybody getting sucked into a freak out mode. Take a big breath. Four seconds in, hold 4 seconds. 4 seconds out, hold 4 seconds. Box breath, right? Do it. It's good. It's good for you. There's nothing to force on tight days. All right. Like let's go through the thought experiment, man. Oh, I was talking about this at the meetup. I've been really enjoying doing this. We've done it the last couple days together. On a 30-point range. Well, actually, let's do it from a high level first. And just in general, close your eyes real quick if you haven't blasted any trades off yet. And if you have blasted trades off yet, then still do this. Think about what you've been doing, right? Close your eyes for just 10 seconds. 10 seconds. And think through, what does an ideal day of trading look like for me today? What do my entries look like if we're ranging? What do my entries look like if we're trending down? What do my entries look like if we're trending up? How many trades did I take on a perfect day? Realistically, right? And then when you think about that, now it's time to figure out, okay, am I seeing the price action that's going to put me in that perspective right now? For me, the answer is no, not yet. Helps me be patient, right? Helps me be patient. That visualization, even if it's just for 5 or 10 seconds, can just put some things into perspective of, okay, I know what I want to be seeing. I just visualize what I want to be seeing, and I have not seen it yet. What does that allow me to do? It allows me to be patient, right? Or if I want to throw a trade on, like I want to get long at VWAP, but I just had a visualization practice of, I don't like that's not part of the good setups that I'm wanting to see. Why would I take that right now? It's good practice. Can you show the kicks you're gifted at the Yes, they're upstairs. Let me see if my wife is still here. They're upstairs. I gotta get them in. Damn, she just left. All right. So at the very first meetup that we have ever did was in Austin at F1, the circuit track. And you always notice it sitting right here. But the attendees gave me a helmet and I all signed it. It was super cool. This was everybody that was at the very first meetup ever. And it sits back there. And everybody surprised me with a new thing for the back shelf. Look at this. Check this out. How sick? How sick? We got some Jordans that are signed by every person that was there. Look how many freaking signatures this is, man. How sick is that, huh? So these boys are gonna sit next to the helmet in the back. So sick. This pack signature goes crazy. Yeah. So sick. Apparently it was partially a joke because everybody roasted me for my shoes on the Riz podcast. So looked in with some new ones. Very cool present though, and I do really seriously appreciate it. It's very, very, very thoughtful and sick. And it's gonna look awesome right there. Next to the helmet. We got volume. Delta's not really doing much. Man, summer trading is just the worst. Just straight up. It's the worst. What's up, Brian? Pushing top of the range, maybe, VWAP.
Good morning, Matt. Thanks for drinking a beer.
Summer trading before big news on Wednesday. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, we got FOMC on Wednesday, huh? FOMC at 1, press conference at 1:30. That'll give us good movement. PPI and jobless on Thursday. So today and Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be just brutal. Yeah, and rollover. Throw that in there too. Rollover is on Friday, right? I think contract's done on Wednesday or Tuesday, 18th. I think rollover is probably going to be Friday or Monday. Oh, gosh. Yeah, it's going to be a brutal, like, 7 days. Honestly. Oh, and we have CPI on Wednesday. Jeez, dude. So today and tomorrow is going to be brutal, and then it's going to go, like, full pendulum swing into insanity, and then rollover. If you're brand new to trading futures, futures contracts require you're trading a future product, right? And so you have to be trading a forward-looking date. Like, think about it in terms of crops, right? Like, if you're trading like wheat or corn or something, you're planning for the next season, basically, right? So that's kind of with index futures. We don't get any settlement. Like, we're not gonna like get delivered 1 million pounds of corn to our front door, thank God, but we still do cash settle with futures. So on the 18th, this contract that we're trading, the forward looking contract of June, will expire, and then we'll be trading September. I think it's September. Yeah, index futures are quarterly, so even though it'll be July, we'll be trading the September contract. Are we trading the future price of the NASDAQ? Yes. That's correct. That's why if you look at different dated contracts, like you could look at, I mean, go look at the September contract right now. You could roll forward into September right now, and you'll notice that one, there's hardly any volume there yet, but two, the price will be physically different. Then you could look at December. Same thing. The price will be physically different. And there's trading strategies technically that are involved in all of that. Like you can, if you're not day trading futures, some people do like calendar spreads on futures where they're trading different dated contracts and all of that type of stuff. Your average person's probably not going to get a ton of value out of that necessarily, but it does exist. How do you know it ends on the 18th? As we get closer to the 18th, always just look at the volume. Look at the volume between the current contract and the future contract, and then just trade the one that has the most volume. If you're on the stream, we'll talk about it live, obviously. And then you know it ends on the 18th because you can Google it. Literally just Google like NASDAQ, CME NASDAQ expirations. Order up. Dude, that was very fun. I had 2 spicy pops, Ryan, and my wife was like, I really want to leave, but the upsized was like very close. And I was like, no, I'm going to stay for the upsize. So she went and got coffees. And then I got the double pop, upsize and spicy. And then it was like a $3,000 payout. It was sick. My Sando t-shirt comes in today also, or my Sando hoodie comes in today as well. Is it just me or is the voice very delayed and off? I would say refresh your browser, Baxter. I think I got brown, Ryan. It's like brown with like maybe gold lettering. Alrighty, this is like very 900 middle of the range, which is this white line, right? The green line and the red line on my 1 minute chart here mark the 1 hour high and low. White line is the middle of the true middle of the range for the first hour, right? We are hugging the middle of the range. We are hugging volume, point and control. We are hugging psych level of 19,000. We are right below VWAP. We're in a 15-point range. There's five reasons right now why I'm not taking any trades. 5. It's not the spot I want to be in. Not a lot going on here. Delta looks decent. All things considered, Delta looks decent. So maybe we push out into the 1920s, new highs in the session. It's possible, right? Return to settlement. Gotta be patient though, guys. Patience, right? Smart head. Why don't you trade the Dow? It's got more movement. Because I'm not using a walker. And 93 years old. When I finally move into the old retirement home and start talking about what kids are doing back in my day, then I'll start trading the Dow. Until then, NASDAQ trader. What's the minimum age to trade the YM, the Dow? I think it's like 69. He's a geriatric cowboy. Nothing wrong with the YM? Yeah, of course there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it if you're 65. 69. Alrighty, a little doji on the 1 minute. Top of the range. We have buyers, but we're at the top of the range with a doji. I don't know. Seems weird. $1920s as well. Magical 20s. I'm going to take this because I get a 5-point-ish trade out of it at the top of the range. So top of the range, I'm fighting Delta, but I'm going with the doji, top of the range, magical 20s. Return back to the middle of the range. Just a one contract trade for me right now. Nothing too crazy. Just to get warmed back up at post Vegas. Little wick traded. I'm looking at volume and middle of the range as an exit. Little sweep. Would I have gotten a full 10 there? I would have. That break even. No reason to take a loser on this one. So my stop is break even. I'm not going to lose any money on this trade. And I'm out. So I just made $270. I marketed out. Total profit should have been 5 if I let it run all the way. I took 270. No drawdown trade. Pretty much just an instant winner, which reminds me of my Instagram story from last night.
Order submitted.
I pulled up Instagram a lot today. Follow me on Instagram at Trades by Matt. X-Base Point Instagram. When the trade runs right to target. Money. Sick. Just back to the middle of the range, point of control. Obviously targeting value area low. 90s is a bet. That's a full trade, right? But I don't need the full move top to bottom. Targeting middle of the range is just a higher probability exit for me, and still grabbing just shy of 15 points is good. So one in so far. I'm not copy trading these accounts. I'm on my personal account right now. This is just a straight up $270 winner. This is not multiplied out by 20. That was not more size. That was just a single one contract trade for 270 bucks. And that's, again, just to kind of get the brain working again and the feet wet a little bit. GG's, I'm not brave enough to fight Delta like that. Dude, here's the thing. As we approach rollover, Delta starts to get weird as we approach rollover. It is known. It's known. Second, it's summer range sessions. If Delta was like really rocking, that's one thing, but it's not. Just straight up, it's not. I mean, yeah, we had like a little move that was correlated, but like we're still getting eaten up on Delta. It's not like it's just like a straight up like moonshot. When it's like moonshot level, yeah, I'm not gonna fight that, but one of these, I'll fight it. For the return back to the range, especially when the confluence is there and it's a cheap enough trade, right? Magical 20s, top of the range, doji on the 1 minute, pulling us back into volume. And then the big question is, what's the risk, right? How much is the risk? Sub 10 points, 5 points. Risk is worth it to give it a shot.
Order filled.
What's 22R? 22 ticks? No, 22 range. Bernard, relax, dude. Take a big breath. Apex said Rhythmic was down right now, so I'm choosing not to trade it. I still have all the accounts. I'm on like day 73 or 74 or 75, somewhere around there on all those accounts. I still have them all. I'm just choosing to be patient in trading them when there's Rhythmic issues. So I'm trading my live account right now. Did you already roll over, Matt? No.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Bernard needs the box breathing technique. Bernard also only ever types in all caps. Low key though, box breathing is a massive thing. It's very helpful. I don't know if y'all actually practice it routinely, but I do it several times during the trading day, and I think it's very helpful. Just a few rounds of 4 in, hold, 4 out, hold, 4 in, hold, 4 out, hold, 4 seconds in, 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds out, 4 seconds hold. Do that just for a little bit and helps out a lot. Box breathing is a little bit less work than like a full meditation session, Dr. Manis. It's just like you can do it pretty much anywhere, everywhere. Not really have to think about it too much. And just kind of relax. Win Barton Creek tourney? I don't think I can host one out there, man. All right. Pushing off of volume, middle of the range right now. Delta still looks good on that push to the downside. Probably could have gotten away with a long off volume, but kind of wanted to see if we were going to float these wicks or not, which we have not done yet. All right, yeah, I see Rhythmic as being good to trade now, apparently. All right, I'm gonna put it back on. So one personal account trade and migrate over to Rhythmic real quick. Copy trading back up.
Order canceled.
Yeah, Bernard. Attention, Bernard. Don't freak out. Only play Fazio and Crenshaw. Are you a member out there, or did you just stay out there? Jonah. What's up, Lanto? They said that they already did it. In their Discord, I think.
Order filled.
Rhythmic was kind enough to reset the servers in the middle of the open. If you saw, realize it should be good to go now for that. That's what I see. I think, I would imagine that, they have reset losses on any rhythmic bugs to date. So I would assume that still is the case, as far as I know. But not my company, so I don't truly know. But I think so. All right, there's the push. Buyers are looking better. Return to settlement looks decent. Most likely, yeah, Alexis. You're never supposed to, if you have issues like that, you should never ever cancel your sub. Never take it off or anything like that, because they will fix it by 5 o'clock the following day when the dashboards get all fixed up. I really would suggest all of you join the Apex Discord. That's a lot of news gets put there. Delta indicator on TradingView, not a thing. Unless you pay $240 a month or whatever for their like highest end package that gives you tick data. If you don't do that, then Delta does not exist on TradingView. The indicators there are false. Man, rip. Met a guy at the meetup. Poor guy asked me about TradingView. It was his first time chatting in the stream. Asked me about TradingView, and I lit him up, apparently. It's tough. I'm going to be better about that. He still came to the meetup, obviously. He's part of the community now, so it's all good. But, yeah, that one's on me. We were chatting. He was like, yeah, first time I ever chatted in the stream, I asked you about TradingView, and you went off on me. And I was like, what the hell's going on here? It's like, my bad, bro. Should not blow up on people. Yeah, it'll happen. I'm fine with it happening. Y'all are a bunch of non-real people anyways. A bunch of AI. It's all an NPC. NPC sim people in here. Blow up on whoever I want to. But if you're a long-term member of the community, I obviously try not to. Yeah, he was a really nice guy. Yeah, it truly, like, yeah, very nice guy. Anyways. I apologize. I apologized in the moment as well, but I apologized in person as well. But I did apologize in the moment. my god. Everybody in Discord, chill out. I'm about to ban all of you. The problem with the Discord bot is the invitation always gets expired. You have Discord? Yeah, it's linked down below. Roast by Matt, this needs to happen. Gosh. We got 3 minutes till IB is set. Let's do a vibe check. How we doing, chat? You making money? You losing money? You taking any trades? Pretty tight range. What are you doing that you like? What are you doing that you don't like? Whether you're green or red. What are you working on? Here's another one that we should ask. What are you working on? What are you actively trying to do? All right, trying to test the top of the range there. 23. I like to think that we probably go into 38 or whatever for settlement. Yesterday's point of control. Chat, you can do exclamation point, Apex Discord, one word, and that will drop a link to the to their Discord for news and things like that. If you want my Discord, it's just exclamation point Discord. All right, look, there's 38. That's yesterday's close, Friday's close that I was just talking about, the 10-point move. Here's the thing. I got asked a couple times, been asked a couple times recently. Like when I call out a move like that, why don't I take it? The whole point is that ideally I'm looking for a bigger move than what I'm seeing, right? For instance, right there, like I see a reason for IB is set, by the way. I see a reason for us to stop at yesterday's close. You know what I mean? Where if I call it out, like when I call it out to where it is, it's a 10-point trade. My target is 10 points. So that means for me to get my target, I have to perfectly time top and bottom of the candles, which I don't want to do. That is not a good setup, in my opinion. I don't think it's a good setup at all, actually. If you, in order to hit your targets that you're looking for, you have to perfectly time the top and bottom. I don't think that's good. I don't think that's good practice. I don't think that's a good thing to take. So I don't take it. For me, I'm looking for a trade that I think, you know, I think we have potential for 20, 25, 30 points here. Let me grab 10 out of it. Let me get a little piece of the pie. Because whenever you start having to throw in the fact that you're having to time it perfectly top to bottom, it's a whole different ball game. You know what I mean? So there you go. That's why I don't take things that I call out on things like that. Like maybe we continue to run, right? Sure. But now I have IB here with yesterday's close. This gives me an opportunity to actually look for something into the 50s, which potentially gives me the 10 points that I'm looking at. You know what I mean? Or the wick test here for that matter. But when I'm looking for just a whole move and the whole move is 10 points, that's a no-go for me. IB retest yesterday's close. That's a more aggressive entry, right? It's working so far. Buyers look good. Like I want to get long with this for right now. But I'd like to see the little flush into 30, I think, for the prior wick. Just a little bit less aggressive. Yeah, we said to not trade on a trade of 30 minutes ago. I've been trading on TradeAvit, no problems. Yeah, it hardly ever affects literally everybody, just as an FYI. It's just how careful do you want to be about. You can see people complaining about it in the Apex Discord, or you can choose to ignore that and just do your own thing. Like literally, options are yours. There's no world where I want all of that. Stop. Go ahead and pull it up. Missed it by a point. I'm taking it off. I don't like the way Delta looks. I don't like how extended we are. I'm just gonna hang on for a second. Oh, very cool, Ray. Glad you enjoyed the show, man. Thanks for hanging out with us. Slap. Yeah, so far a good call taking that off for me. I would be down 5 points and counting, right? So happy to not be in that right now. The Vegas meetup was sponsored by EdgeClear, which is super cool. They got, I'll be posting a link at some point. They have like a $200 of free trades on your live account, or something like along those lines happening right now. And then Apex gave out free accounts to all the attendees as well, which is super cool and very nice of them. So shout out to them for the free accounts for everybody who went. And then shout out to EdgeClear for covering half of the event, which was very generous. Allowed for the cheap tickets. So fun weekend, man. Who sponsored the cookies? TBM. We had 80 people in Vegas, Kevin. Hello, Ripping. So, okay, I mean, the trade would have worked, technically. I would have been filled out at 38. Or so, 41, 38, 41, somewhere around there. I would have gotten filled out for 10 points. I would have taken 5 points of drawdown. So the trade would have worked, but it felt very questionable. Yeah, Apex at 9:27. We are aware that there are reported things happening in both platforms and they're being looked into. We'll get you communications from the brokers like we always do. We've temporarily stopped the chats in Discord to be able to focus on the back end. Probably because people are also just like terribly annoying. Mine was working fine just now. Copy trading, etc. All the orders were up, but again, there's not a whole lot of reason to force a lot of stuff in the summer. Just as a general blanket statement. There is a environment that has really gotten big recently of you have to trade every single day and you got to trade every minute of every single day. And I just want to remind you that you don't. Period. That's all I have to say. You don't have to trade every day. If things aren't working and you're feeling like you're getting tilted, freaking leave. Honestly. Just leave the day. Like, come back tomorrow. Trying to force stuff in the summer is really hard. And a lot of people haven't traded a lot of summers. It's just... The thing with summers is that, like, volatility will come randomly and it will leave a lot of times. And if you get stuck in a trade or stuck in a position that you don't want to be in, or you're having a losing day and so you think you're going to fight it back in the summer, there's just not a lot of opportunity because the volume and volatility typically are fleeting, right? Until it's not, and then all of a sudden you get hammered, right? And I just like feel like I need to remind myself and everybody of like, man, if it's not there, just like stop trying to force it. Exactly, Dr. Man. It's the law of diminishing returns. Mental capital is important. Yeah. PAX emphasizing mental health was what did it for me. Yeah, PAX was talking about mental health and stress management. I talk about it all the time. It's just like, if you don't have the emotional capital to be able to even contemplate and think about a trade correctly, why the hell are you trading, right? Close down the screens. Live to fight another day. Overfund, under leverage, right? Like, a lot of different phrases are all saying the same thing, right? Which is, if you're not seeing it, you're not seeing it. And a lot of people are You know, the cord is all over my. A lot of people right now. I can see the tilt in the chat. I can see the tilt happening. All right, little doji off IB. Doji off IB. We still got some buyers here. Run into the overnight highs looks nice. All right, I'm long one. Long one on all 20. Long one on all 20 accounts. So, copy trading my 20 Apex accounts right now. Whatever the P&L is here will get multiplied by 20 or loss. Whatever the profit or loss is. I'd like to see us hold IB, obviously. Initial balance high. This is a setup that I love to take. We push IB, we come back down, we retest it, especially with a doji lined up with it, and then we push into volume wherever liquidity is. Push up into that would be ideal. It's a setup I take often. I'm fine with giving it, 35, maybe 30. Don't really want to give it much more than that. Move that up as an act of God stop. But you kind of want to see a quick sweep is fine if we can catch some legs, but doesn't seem like it's happening yet. We'll see. Give it a second to breathe out. Running into the 50s would be pretty ideal in my opinion. Ideally, even more ideal would be the run into the overnight highs. Something like this. If we kind of start slow grinding a little bit.
And remind yourself what I have to tell myself every day. The first goal of trading is preservation of capital, money and mental. Not making money.
Yep. Preservation of capital, money, and mental is so key there. Pax was talking about Capital Preservation Friday. It's the thing he tweets out every Friday. And I think he's usually physically talking about money, but the mental side of that is huge, which I had honestly not thought of a ton. Nice close there, by the way. So great call out there, Chance, with the $5. Appreciate you. But yeah, preserve that mental and emotional and physical capital, right? The important stuff that keeps you fighting another day. All right, there's that 30 test that I was just talking about. There's 30. Full on break of the prior low. That's gonna be a tough one for me to want to hold on any more past that. So see how we respond here, but it feels like we're not really doing it yet. Still sub 10 points. Holding the +1 standard deviation still. Hammered out. Hasn't meant a lot yet.
Can you explain the advantage of trading with 2050K accounts instead of 11M account?
Yeah, mental. It's just a lot easier. It's a lot easier to look at the screen and trade one account. You can also diversify your risk better if you'd like to, right? You don't have to trade all 20 at once. You can trade 5 at once. You could trade all 20 at once if you're feeling it. It's also a lot easier to look at the screen and see 50 bucks as opposed to, or $100 as opposed to 2,000 bucks. Also, most people don't have $1 million to trade into an account. 50K accounts, 50K account is $16. So 20 times 16 bucks, that's what, 600 bucks? 400 bucks? Whatever it is, 400 bucks ish. Most people have 400 bucks. Most people don't have $1 million to throw into a trading account. It's $420. Tested the prior open, kind of. Got very close to the prior open. Blue line algo. Initial balance, right? Rejecting initial balance right now. It's kind of the big word there out of all of these things. I'm down 5 points, so I'm fine to continue to kind of just let it do its thing a little bit. But not super interested in a retrace of the prior low. Oh, 320 bucks? Oh, whatever. Either way, you can do the math yourself. But yeah, most people have that. Most people don't have $1 million in cash to put into a personal account. Okjaws, you should always do exclamation point or code TBM at checkout. Get 90% off. 90% off on Apex with code TBM, or you can go to tbm.gg/Apex. So all of those dollar signs you see on their website, add 90% off with code TBM. Yeah, I mean, buyers are still kind of trying to tick away here. If we can get above IB, blue line algo is strong right there, right? Rejecting IB so far, but yeah, if we can get above, this looks still prime to me, but we'll see. That's why I'm still in it, right? I'm in it because I like the way it looks still. Risk is okay still. I'm gonna go ahead and bring the stop up here. We're up 7. I'm up 7 points, 8 points. There's not a lot of reason for me to let that run 8 points in the money and then take a L on the trade. So I'm gonna move my stop up there. Obviously, my target's a little bit more than my normal 10 points. When we get close to 10 points, I have my finger on the trigger. I'm ready to get out. But we got a lot of juice up here at 950 that I want to see us clean out, and I think it can happen quick, which is why I have my target at 58. Trying to clean it out. Go through the 71. I still want to watch us retrade that, to be honest. I think it's possible still, to be honest, but we'll see. If I take a break even, I take a break even. I obviously want to lock in some, but I want to see us trade through 50 again. That was a very quick sweep. Type of sweep that I think typically gets rerun, to be honest, but we'll see. It's 50 cycle level. We got juice up above. Liquidity's higher. Overnight high seems like a absolute target. I'm gonna take the 200 bucks there. That double sweep, I can't. I have to lock it in at that point. Okay. It's just shy of I mean, normal thing. 10 points, $3,920 across the board. 10 accounts, 196 bucks after commissions per, or 20 accounts, excuse me, $196 after commissions. That's $3,920 on the trade. I took less than 10 points of drawdown for a 10-point target there. Ran up to almost 15 points at one point. Looks like it might still run, but initial target on all my trades is 10 points. So if we get up there and we sweep it and then we push it again and we start sweeping it back, I got to take it off. It's poor management for me to hold on to it, I think. So lock in the money. So now I'm up 285 on the personal account today, and then 3,920. So a little over $4 grand total. And there's the continuation. Yeah, I think the overnight highs is, I think it's given. I think it's a given. It's just like, how do I hold on to that? I don't know. I think it would have been, if I would have been okay with a true break even there, I could have still held on to it, but I don't think I really was. I think if I had this exact same trade, if the exact same trade happened right now, where I already had some cushion on the session, I potentially would be a little bit more open to it, but if you're given 10 points, you kind of want to take the 10 points. You know what I mean? Anyways, happy with the trade, happy with the way I managed the risk. Obviously a little down right off the bat, but less than 10 points of drawdown is okay with me. Trust liquidity more, it's always a target. Yeah, sure, but $4,000 is 4,000 bucks, man. You see $4,000 in front of your face, you probably want to take it. Best food you ate this weekend? Probably SDK. Steak. Very fun environment too. That was Friday night. We went to catch on Saturday night, but we were all just so tired. It was like, it could have been could have tasted really good, but I was just so tired, honestly. All right, and I think 58 was my total target, which would have gotten potentially tapped, potentially a top tick, or potentially not filled at all. I don't know. I don't know where it was at within there, but somewhere around there. Same restaurant. This was in Vegas, Zicario. Would have been filled. In theory, it would have been filled because that would have been an actual top tick, right? So who knows if it would have actually been filled. You scout with more risk than reward map? Not normally. That's a hard question to answer, actually. Technically, yes. Technically, my brackets have that on. But in a perfect world, I'm looking for not that. I just watched the stream. You can see it on the stream. I keep breaking even. I've heard of worse things happening, Vladlin. There's the overnight highs. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the trade plan from this morning is playing out pretty well. We never got the overnight low retest after staying below value area low, but the flip above value area low, we straight up rotated overnight highs, and you kind of anticipate the 85 rotation for value area high for a true red to green rotation from prior day value area. Should we reverse in towards the bottom of the range? Do you think we're ranging right now? Honest question. Honest question. Hey, Cole, take a breath, man. There's another day to trade. There's always another day to trade. Yes, until an upward breakout. What do you think we're doing right now? Honest question. What is this? What is currently happening right now? Does this feel like a range day? Does this feel like we're not breaking out? We're above IB. We just flushed the overnight highs. It's borderline going parabolic at this point. We're ranging 19K to 20K. Okay, we're... The whole market's a range, 0 to 19K. Breakout was 45 minutes ago. Yeah, I mean, you could even say the breakout was 10 minutes ago. IB, right? 35s. But yes, I would say this, right? The retest into 20 and the push out of it, pretty freaking clean. But you probably really call it 1910. Value area low being the breakout. Matt, remember when you chewed me out about a range? Yeah. I'm really just asking. I mean, like, Delta's looks pretty fantastic, and we're almost near the third standard deviation. Reaching the third standard deviation doesn't necessarily imply range. All I'm getting at is, like, what makes you say that, right? Like, if you think that we're in a range, then you're probably most likely fading this entire move and getting wrecked across the board for it, right? When all we have is liquidity higher. We have a topside target that's very in reach. We have a bunch of liquidity higher and not much liquidity lower. So why would you keep fading this, trying to anticipate a move back into the range? You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Nobody is trading this. This is just noise. Market is headless until Wednesday. I think there's lots of people trading it. Tagging you on an IG post. I don't see it. All right, boys. I'm still pretty sleepy from Vegas, I'll be honest, and I'm supposed to go to a workout in a little bit, so I'm gonna go eat. 2 trades on the session. One for 4,000 bucks, just under 4,000 bucks. One for 285. The 285 was just obviously not copy trading all those accounts. That was a great. That first trade was a money trade. That was a great trade. I loved that first trade on the personal. That type of trade is all I want in my life. That's like when I picture how I want trades to play out. That's it, right? No drawdown, run right to it, move on, right? This one, IB test was great. We ended up floating it just a little bit, and I mean, great runner since. But ending the day up around 4,000 bucks, a little over 4,000 bucks. I'm gonna see what else today brings, but I'm also gonna just like not push it super hard, to be perfectly honest. Keep the mental and emotional and physical capital, physical body capital. Try and get it up. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. I don't think there's going to be a recap today, FYI. Andrew's still in Austin. I think he goes back today. So I don't think there's probably going to be a recap today. There'll be recaps starting back up tomorrow. Good luck, everybody, if you're still continuing to trade. Super fun time in Vegas. Glad everybody got to come out. Excited for the next big conference next year. Even bigger and better. And good trades this morning. Market kind of sucked early hours, and it's gotten better with a nice little trend move. We'll see what else today brings. Good luck, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow morning at market open, 8:20 a.m. Central Time. Good luck. Be smart, be patient. Don't get back your bag. Peace.
He's sharp as a tack. He's got his eyes on the NASDAQ. Ain't no looking back. He wakes up every morning